This is Weather or Not.
All right, good Friday. Welcome into the Friday edition of Weather or Not as we get set to kick off a long holiday Memorial Day weekend. Ready for it.
And it certainly feels so nice in the air.
It does.
This morning, so cool.
Coffee outside,
right?
Birds chirping. It was a good morning.
Tomorrow morning is going to be even better.
Yeah.
If you thrive on that, mid-50s, maybe lower 50s again for a lot of you inland.
Yeah, it is going to be nice. And then we start to bring in some changes as we head through the Memorial Day weekend.
Unfortunately.
Still kind of tweaking that forecast, and that does lead off our first alert here on this Friday. And the beautiful weather just keeps on going as we head into the day on Saturday. Keeping it dry, keeping the humidity low, keeping the temperatures nice, upper 70s at the beaches, right around 80 inland.
Yeah, and it would not shock me based on some of the latest data, even this morning, what we saw last night. Maybe Sunday turns a little bit more active in the evening.
Yeah.
Kind of keeps Monday a little bit more at check. The newest data coming in, obviously bumping in Sunday's rain chances. Temperatures a little bit cooler now as we kind of get this boundary that sets up across our area into next week.
Yeah, and that may tend to keep us a little bit on the unsettled side. Again, still sort of tweaking some of those rain chances, so make sure you check back in with that forecast as we head through the holiday weekend. I know it's a busy one with a lot of folks in town, beaches and barbecues and backyard picnics and events to remember Memorial Day. So just keep checking back. It's not a washout any of those days by any stretch. Just a little bit on the unsettled side.
Yeah, and I think if you're thinking about what most people are probably going to be thinking about, the beach, the pool, you're going to be fine. You'll still have a lot of sunshine, maybe some higher level clouds coming Sunday, and then some pop-up showers and storms Sunday afternoon. There's no doubt about it. Saturday is the pick of the weekend if you're looking to not have to move or even worry about rain or storms.
Yeah, it really is. And even Sunday, we've got that 40% chance in there. As you were mentioning, that's late in the day. And if most of that activity is maybe sea breeze driven, it'll be well inland. So the beaches may be okay, just kind of depends on where some of those downpours and storms pop up. But again, scattered.
Yeah, a little complex forecast. Let's take you through the new data. This will kind of help better understand it. So notice we'll go through your Saturday. All these showers and storms going to be basically right again. Maybe some severe weather down there in the deep south. But for us, Sunday morning, this is one of the only models that have the morning activity coming in on the latest Euro. You'll notice maybe a shower or two. Watch what happens for the afternoon. I think at this point, this is exactly what Jamie's talking about. Notice how the sea breeze kind of picks up and pushes everything to the northwest. So we're talking about maybe more storm activity for Florence, Darlington, Marion. Not as much the later you go into the afternoon, which is typical when you get a summertime pattern here into Sunday. And then, of course, if we can get this overnight, I like the idea of even dropping Monday's rain chances if this trend continues.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice look. Notice as we head through late Monday, that boundary you're talking about may actually get pushed a little farther south of us. That would allow us to get in to some slightly drier air again, especially if we get some pretty good storm coverage as we work our way through Sunday night into Monday morning. That would bode well for Memorial Day.
Not only drier, but could be cooler air as well. We could actually dip down into the mid-50s or mid-50s, I wish, mid-70s on Memorial Day. We'll keep an eye on that. So like we said, here or there, a couple of passing showers. You're not going to see rain every day over the course of the next 7 or 8, but you will see showers and storms on radar, at least in our area, Sunday, Monday, and well into next week. And as bad as I did want to do it, it kind of felt like one of those forecasts for the first time in a long time. Control-C, Control-V, copy-paste, copy-paste. That's what it feels like right now.
It does, and this is that kind of pattern, where we've got, you were sort of hinting at this, Andrew, we've got rain chances in every day, but the odds of you at your house seeing rain every single day heading into next week are pretty slim. There's just going to be some around as we head into next week. Let's talk about a little Memorial Day history. This was kind of fun.
Yeah, today in weather history here. I've never thought about this, but some of these I was even here for. I remember the 2019 hot. I was at the beach that day. The heat index was brutal. Thankfully, I was not here for the cold. 49 degrees in 1946.
As old as I am, I wasn't here for that one either, but definitely quite chilly. The hottest in 2019, a year before that, the wettest, 2018, almost 3 inches of rain. And I definitely remember this one. Remember 2 years ago? 2 years ago, really impressive coastal storm developed off the coast of South Carolina and it rained the entire weekend.
This was one of those that we were optimistic at first. We were going to be able to get morning rain out of here. Do you remember the forecast? We're like, okay, give it 10, 11 o'clock. And we had that light stratiform rain gusts as well. And then we got a little bit of sunshine, which then fired off more afternoon showers and storms. And yeah, it was one of those raw type of May days. I think it was like, what, 60s?
It was in the 60s, and that was the only thing that actually kept that from becoming a tropical system. There was some debate with the National Hurricane Center as to whether we should name this a tropical depression or tropical storm. As you saw there, it had hurricane force gusts out over the Gulf Stream, tropical storm force gusts not too far offshore, but it didn't quite have a tropical structure to it. So never got a name, but boy, it was close.
Something was a good reminder, too, that while we're talking about storm chances, it could always be worse.
Yeah.
Whether that is a developing system or even that back in 2018 with the rain. All right, let's take you coast to coast. Let's start with our temperature extremes from yesterday. Tacoma, California, 111 degrees. Looked up some fun facts for you about Tacoma, California.
All right, I'm ready.
It's named after a famous Indian chief. That is where they come from. It's also known for hot springs. It is the place people go to. Okay, first off, why are you going into a hot spring
when it's 111?
It seems like it doesn't add up. Like if you go into Colorado where it snows,
that's
makes sense. And then we said it wrong. It's actually Mackay, Idaho. Fun fact, it is one of the most famous places to get copper. They still mine copper there to this day. So
now that's where you need some hot springs. Is in Mackay, Idaho.
There are none.
Yeah,
there's only 400 people there.
400 people, 400 cold people there, 19 degrees. Bundled up as they get set to head into their Memorial Day weekend. Let's take you coast to coast here, and we'll start off tomorrow across the Deep South, and you can see some action west of us. But generally mostly clear across the Carolinas. Some pop-up showers and storms there across the Deep South into Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, and sea breeze storms firing up there across central Florida as they get into their rainy season. But temperature-wise, still not too bad. Upper 70s, low 80s across most of the Carolinas, but the heat hangs on there across the Gulf.
Yeah, certainly looking at the heat. Temperatures in the mid-90s there in Orlando, 89 in New Orleans. Let's take you up to the northeast, or I should say Atlanta first, and then we'll go northeast. Scattered showers and storms going to be around. Temperatures, though, honestly, not that bad. Low 80s, upper 70s for Atlanta. Hot Atlanta, as they call it. They'll take it. Let's take it to the northeast where they're ready for a little bit of sunshine. They have been stuck with that nor'easter. It's brought some wind, brought some flooding. It will bring more showers, especially across New York for your Saturday. Good news is by the time they go into Sunday and even Memorial Day, things will quiet down for them. But look what the clouds and showers do. Temperatures are kind of locked into the 50s and 60s up in the northeast.
Yeah, there was even some high elevation snow. I think I saw 6 inches on top of Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Active weather, especially across parts of Tennessee, Arkansas, into Missouri. As we head through tomorrow, unfortunately, they're going to have a really wet Memorial Day holiday with an active pattern there. Temperatures a little bit on the cool side, 60s, 70s, pretty widespread from basically Chicago all the way down into St. Louis, Bowling Green, Nashville, Jackson, Jonesboro, all seeing those temperatures a little bit cooler, and that's primarily thanks to the unsettled weather there across the middle part of the country.
Yeah, we'll continue to take you. Let's go out to the southwest where you'll hold on to quiet weather. Dry lines have been over there for days, and they'll have some dry lines setting up once again, but you'll notice it's not the coverage that they had yesterday. They'll have a couple showers and storms across the region of Texas. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see the dry line and the two storms merging, spawning off tornadoes yesterday?
Yeah, good stuff.
Fantastic in Texas. Let's take you to the temperatures. Yeah, it's shockingly hot. 101 in Lubbock, 100 in Roswell, and that dry line, basically the dividing factor of who gets 80s and 90s and who gets the triple-digit heat.
Yeah, love that dry line. Big storms firing up on it. Storm chasers love to follow the dry line. No big storms out west. Things are quiet up and down the west coast as they get into their dry season. Even Seattle and Portland going to be basking in some sunshine heading into Saturday. And with that sunshine, the temperature's warming up a bit. 75 in Seattle, flirting with 80 there in Salt Lake City, 70s in Denver, and 70s down into LA.
All right, it's the weekend, so how about Friday happy hour? We're going to do one topic here. This is our new country bumpkin. That's what we call them in Kentucky.
You said it.
This is our newest meteorologist, Jace Passmore. straight from Arkansas.
Yeah, straight from Arkansas, and he sounds like it.
He does.
But tell you what, this guy knows his stuff. He's an absolute weather freak. We had him on the podcast this week, so if you want a great introduction to Jace, the real Jace, check out the Are You Serious podcast. Came out yesterday. Really great time with him. We all got together as a team last weekend back on Saturday, and it was nice just to kind of get everybody together without having to work a hurricane or a snowstorm, which is usually when we're together. And welcome Jason, get to know him. So really excited to have him on the team.
I got to take him yesterday and got to take him golfing just to see him. We walked up on the golf course and said, "Where am I? Like, this is so nice." He was like, "They got people that load up your carts for you. They load up, they bring in the water around." He was like, "We don't have this in Arkansas." So
welcome to the beach.
What I love about him, and you can agree with this, he's what you see is what you get.
Yep.
There's nothing fake about Jason. I can't wait for you all to meet him. He'll be making a debut this weekend.
This weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
So if you want to meet Jace, you can actually listen to a brand new episode of Are You Serious? So wherever you find your favorite podcasts, just search Are You Serious, Spotify, Apple, or our YouTube. A lot of laughs in that conversation.
That was a really fun one.
And I can't wait for you all to meet him. Any plans for the weekend?
Not much at all, and that is the plan.
Beach for me tomorrow. I'm going to do it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to go up to Conway tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yeah, go up there, Antos Pizzeria, Romano, whatever.
All right.
Yeah, that's the spot for me tomorrow.
Thinking about a little happy hour. And it may actually try to get up to Conway as well. It's the final weekend for Steel Magnolias at Theater of the Republic. So,
I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah, so may try to sneak up there and see that.
Oh, sounds good. Well, whatever it is, we hope you have a safe weekend, holiday weekend here. And of course, remember why we celebrate and continue there with those veterans parades happening, golf parades in Surfside.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully you stay dry for those plans.
Yeah, otherwise we'll see you back here next week.